Seems that we're good. Last time we left off, we saw this man Loki getting ready to wipe out his entire family on his biological mom's side in reaction and out of pure emotion to the information that he found out about his, I would say, true mother. I would say true mother. I'm hoping it gets right into that. No transitional panel getting into a different scene before we go back to what happened with Loki and Ida. None of that. I want to see straight up just like right a direct continuation of the last chapter. And maybe even after that, I still want to see other things sprinkled in. Like we still got all the stuff that we found out about Shanks. I want to see a little bit more of that. Maybe we can finally see some Blackbeard stuff, cause I really want to see that. I really do. But it flashed forward in the flashback to a point in time where we're not going to see any scenes that pertains to Blackbeard and his mom. So I don't know, but we could still see some Blackbeard stuff. Hopefully. I mean, we're getting back. We're out of all the rocks stuff, and we're transitioning back into Loki and Elbaf and all that. So it's nearing the end of the flashback anyway. I didn't expect there to be a lot more chapters after this. Now I'm thinking, like, is there going to be another flashback chapter? 1169, but we're on 68 right now. Elbaf Snow and Hachi. A Hachi request by Mrs. Fuji. A family of sheep knit 6 gloves for Hachi. Hachan. Not just Hachi, Hachan. Because he's shoveling a path for their house. Look at his house. Got a note. I can't stop eating these canned cookies. Canned cookies. I realized the Macron Bodo are my weakness. Oh, we're not right back into it, but still. 15 years ago, that same year, so okay. At least it didn't do a transitional panel. And to get out of... If you don't get out and catch up to One Piece, get out of my stream. What are you doing? Yo, go. Leave. Yo, get the out of my stream, bro. Get out of my stream. Go catch up. What are you doing? This is. Or you're not even on Punk Hazard. You're not even on Punk Hazard right now. Go catch up. We're on 1168. That's like 1,000 something, 100 something chapters earlier than that. Come on now, get out. 15 years ago, that same year, all over the world, Harold's efforts are paying off. So it's a transitional panel to a different scene, but it's still within the same year. So I'm not. That's what I was worried about. I was like, even if it's not getting right back into a continuation from the last panel, from the last chapter, I feel like we're still going to get something here. Those giant marines are really doing a good job. What island is this? It's always... Sometimes the islands don't have that much significance, but sometimes they do play a larger role later on in the story. Because I didn't think Lelucia was going to play any importance at all until it got wiped off the map. A couple of chapters later. Or hundreds of chapters later, you know. It didn't seem that important, especially during the Ace cover stories. But it's islands like these where it's like, do I gotta pay attention to these for later on, just in case, or can I just gloss over them? They're so reliable. I always thought they looked scary, but now I wouldn't mind meeting one. So the reputation, him him being a sellout, and I don't want to call Harold a sellout, but him playing this sort of role where he pretty much has to give up his pride as a giant, mostly, is having some sort of benefit on the world for his kind. Because now there's normal people being like, I want to meet a giant now. I wouldn't mind meeting one. It, man. And also, he said for 1,000 years, their race has been, he's trying to make up for the damage and the terror that the giants have caused. That goes even further back before the Void Century. So that means that the giants were always causing havoc way before the 20 kingdoms, way before the great war between those kingdoms and the ancient kingdom. This goes deep. this goes deep, man. He's helping, but he's really naive. Yeah, exactly. I saw some people talking about, like, he's I don't even want to say it, bro, because it's so stupid. Like they call him the C word, and they were calling him the C word, bro. The nickname that you give a certain animal that digs through trash. They were calling him that. They were calling him that. I'm like, bro, no, bro. It's not like that, bro. He's trying to make peace with the rest of the world in Elbaf, man. You can't just call him that because he's trying to do that. Obviously his reputation is a little lightened and softened now because of that, but don't call him that, bro. Come on now. He's a model minority? That's what I'm talking about. Like, come on. Damn. Why you gotta do him like that? Can you get it stocked up again? Elbaf seafood is super popular now, Look, this is the fruits of his labor. Look at this. This one page is like actually building his reputation back up. This is because of him. He is the king. This is his will. This is his ideology. He's making it work. He's making it manifest, and it's happening. I bet it is. This here is a top quality Elbaf cedar. Are they selling Are they selling wood from the Adam tree? Or is that just a different? It says Elbaf cedar though. It's a rare and tricky item to import. I think he's talking about the Adam tree. He's not saying it. He's not explicitly saying that it's Adam tree. I'll take it already. Now we go to Elbaf. Oh man, you know what? I feel like this is what we're getting into now. It didn't want to continue off of the last chapter because we're seeing Harold all happy, hearing the news of how his reputation, like his actions are restoring the reputation of giants. But now he's gonna be met with the fact that his what would you call Ida? Ida's his wife. Come on, get out of here. Get Loki's mom, get out of here. His wife is dying. He's gonna get that news, and then he's gonna also get the news that Loki is he's destroying his family right now. He is obliterating his family at this moment. Harold. When we finally become a member nation, I think we should build sightseeing ships so our people can freely visit all our allies. Man, that never even happened, did it? We're actually a rare minority. Even rarer than okay, not rarer than Lunarians, obviously. But like fishmen though? No. There's quite a lot of fishmen that we've seen. And only a couple of giants. From the perspective of the outside world. But there are many nations out there with a wide variety of races coexisting. This is thanks to a culture of mutual respect. Let's join the larger world make new friends, and grow in knowledge together. That sounds great. Man, oh my god, Oda. He's building all this up just to drop the news to Harold that his wife is dying. That is. Why are you like this? Why are you like this, bro? We're one step away. Our future has never been brighter. Yeah, let's ditch this warrior cap. This warrior crap. Hold on. Don't ditch it too soon. Don't ditch it. You still need to be a powerful nation. You still need to be a powerful. Defend yourselves. Don't soften up too much, because the world government is going to eat you alive if you do that. Let's just get that clear. I'll make it happen, Ida. Wait. Is she already dead? The way that he's saying this sounds like she's already died. Like she succumbed to the poison. So how much time passed when this transitional panel happened? Like when this, you see this right here? How much time passed? I know it's the same year, but did she die? The school's been made. I think she died, because the school wasn't there before. I think she died in between the school being built. Yeah, time must have passed, dude. That sucks. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. That's different from what I thought. Originally, I thought, like, these achievements were going to be shown, and then he gets the news on Ida's death. Playing catch. This is all thanks to you, Saul. Better sharp kids than sharp blades, huh? Darashishi. You can have both. You can have both, honestly. You can have both, to be honest. Come on now. I'm telling you, they need to stay strong. Being knowledgeable, obviously super important, but at the same time, prep yourselves. But ain't you afraid you lost something here, Harold? ... from Harold. I don't believe that military power is what makes a country strong anymore. Alright, let's see, because he can change my mind on this. I've been saying, like, maybe both is not bad, but I think he's really leaning towards just, like, no military power whatsoever. It's because of Ida. She told me everything. Yeah, she's died already. Oh, man. I wonder what happened with Loki after that. They didn't show that. It's because of Ida. She told me everything. Meeting her was the greatest blessing of my life. All it took was just one non-Elbaf giant to change the king's life. Not just any Elbaf giant, the king of Elbaf. Hey, Harold. Oh, no. So she's in bed right here. This is probably like a few months earlier. Elbaf really has changed a lot. When I first came here, there were tons of eternal conflict. It was scary. But you've changed everything. Now children can laugh and study instead. It's like a total different country. Totally different country. The old customs, our backwards traditions, all those bad practices from the warrior era will be thrown away. He was really trying to get rid of everything. He was really trying to refresh. Just start anew. Man. But I kind of like the whole Warrior's Pride part. See, she's still rocking with it. She was still down with this. She wasn't down to totally get rid of it. It's really cool. You should cherish your culture. Don't you get it, Ida? It's that very culture that's kept us from marrying. I can't accept it. That part is true, especially since, Loki's side of the family and them being just pure. They were like Elbaf purist, They wanted Elbaf only giants, and that's it. Like, get this outsider outside. Keep this outsider outside, you know? And it was a good thing that part has, you know, been taken away. That part of Elbaf has been extinguished, you know? You always did wanted to make me your legal wife. That really is the sweetest thing. You're so cute. You're so cute. Coot? You're so cute. What about Loki? He'll always be Harridan's kid brother, won't he? In my heart, I've always thought of him like that. Haha. Damn. What is... Ah, man. Don't tell me she dies in this scene. Don't you dare tell me that. Feelings like that keep my heart full. It's what keeps me going all this time. But don't worry, it's okay. You're everybody's King Harold. This is feeling sadder than Odin. Than the Odin flashback. Oh, man. And you're almost there, right? That's right, Ida. It won't be long. Soon we'll be connected with the whole world. Our world will be tens of thousands of times bigger. Then we can go traveling together, just like the old days. Oh my god. Look at Hyrudan, bro. Hyrudan was out sailing before this. He must have rushed home immediately when he got the news. He was imprisoned! What? She died with a smile on her face. The honorary D member. Free my mans. What are we doing? Damn, he wiped that whole place. Oh my god. He decimated that entire place. Free Loki. A year later. We're back in Marie's. Oh my god. Yeah, with no speech bubbles, that's right. Dang. Oh man. No speech bubbles, no sound effects, like none of the Japanese onomatopoeia is on screen. Yeah, bro. Oh man. Sheesh. We're back and we got more Shanks info. Oh my god. Alright. Let's ignore the fact that my whole entire mood just turned 180 in seconds now that I know we're getting more Shanks info. This is still sad. This is still incredibly sad. But oh my god, hold on. Dude, Shanks, if this is a year later, he's been marinating inside the Holy Land, picking up information. He's just absorbing it like a sponge. Like he's like, I need this Nika fruit location now. My crew is waiting for me. They're just chilling playing cards on my ship right now. They're waiting. They're waiting for me to come back down so we can get sailing. Loot the world government ship, get the fruit, get whatever treasure was on board at the time along with it, and we're pulling up to the Goa Kingdom. I heard Ace's son is on that kingdom. He's on that island, and then he meets Luffy, and then the rest are from there. The rest from there, bro. Come on, Shanks is missing. He already left. Oh my god. Shanks is missing? He had completed his last mission. He would have been formally knighted. He was like, let me get out of here before they link me with this demon. You do not want to be linked with Emu. You do not want Emu's powers. Forget about regenerating. Forget about having a indestructible body. You will be forever linked with Emu. Don't do that. He was out of there before that could even happen. Would have been formally knighted. Hell no. As you are our next choice, the opportunity now falls to you. What will you do? I assume Harold did not take up that. He did not take this up. Considering how he dies to just a bunch of people stabbing him, he probably did not become a full God's Knight and linked himself with Emu to get regenerative abilities. Unless he did link himself to Emu, was able to regenerate, but he still died because Emu allowed it to happen. That could also be a thing, like... Emu Domi reversed his royal guard. They all went into his throne room, killed him. And he thought he could regenerate, but he didn't because Emu must have, like, canceled the powers or something. Who knows? It could be that. Or it could just be like he never took it up. Let me see. Because he's saying right now, I'll naturally accept the honor of being one of the God's Knights. So he was for it 100%. Maybe he did get the power. Doing that will secure Elbaf's membership status. Congratulations, then. The Great One has agreed to trust in you, and now he's meeting Emu! He's meeting the person that murdered his best friend. It has been a long process. You will be remembered as a king who brought great change to Elbaf. Well, to be honest... Yo, he's in the throne room! When Elbaf officially joins the world government, I plan to relinquish the throne. A younger, more virtuous ruler than I should take over. ... from Peter. ... from Jupiter. This is a matter for Mu to decide. He's like, you don't get that option to choose. I will choose. You're a part of my collection. Your nation is part of my collection now. Stone in the gauntlet. I own you now. By extension, your nation. I get to choose who takes up your spot. And I'm putting a demon in your spot. I'm putting a demon in your throne. That's crazy. When did he get there? When did Emu appear? Like, I don't see him at all on his throne. He just appeared just like that. Just like that. He like materialized onto the throne. Double bold exclamation marks from Harold. He didn't even know somebody was sitting there. Why is someone there on the empty throne? Come, Mu has been watching thee, Harold. Look at his reaction. Now he sees this monster. All the greats are dead too. Roger's gone. Whitebeard's doing his own thing. I don't think he really even wants to. He knows a little bit about the world, but you know, majority of Roger's crew, or nobody in Roger's crew is really doing anything. They know about the world, but they're not. They're just sitting around because they're waiting for Luffy or somebody to, you know, be the one to truly bring about that great change into the world. Harold is truly alone in this situation. His wife just died. His son's in prison. Haruden is Haruden. He is alone right now. You no longer have Roger. You no longer have Rocks. I doubt you would be able to get in touch with Garp. Damn, bro. Look at his his reaction is shaking the building. It's morphing the building in such a comedic way. Look at this. He never even knew. You didn't at least suspect? Out of all the times you talked to Roger, because you must have spoken to Roger post God Valley. He really didn't know. I wonder if his mindset is going to change now that he knows somebody is sitting on that throne and there is a true ruler of the world, deceiving people, thinking that everything is equal and stuff. That's why all the member nations place a sword into the ground over the throne, saying that nobody can be the true king of the world. It's all like a collective, when it's really not. What's your reaction to that? Will you change the way you think now that you know this? Or even if you do change, is it too late? Because Emu's gonna link you to him, and that's it. That's it. You do one wrong move, he'll take that power away, and you'll be skeletonized like Saturn did in the present. This power. Oh! Wait! Okay. My reaction to that was not because Emu, this right here, this panel is when Emu injected him with the power. He's linking him. This is the linkage. I swear I've seen that symbol before. Didn't Shanks have that symbol on his arm during the flashback scene when he was talking to Gabon? It was a couple of years ago. He has this. Shanks? Are we good, bro? Do we need to talk? I thought you weren't a God's Knight. Why do you have this symbol? I swear he had some sort of symbol on his arm in that flashback. But you know what? Isn't that the same arm that he gave up to the Sea King? Isn't that the same arm he gave up? That is so symbolic. I need to go back to that chapter. If Shanks had this symbol on his arm, and that's the same arm that he gave up to protect Luffy that day, that is amazing. This power. I'm gonna have to find that chapter. Ooh, I'm seeing rough sketches. Okay, take your break, Oda. Sheesh. Take your break, bruh. It's surging within me. It's chilling. This remind me of the Kuma flashback chapter where he was in the church and the art looked just as rough as this. It's chilling. This is the power of immortality. Is it an immortality fruit? No, it can't be. I think that's a byproduct of whatever power we just don't know yet. Like immortality. Like that's still crazy to think about if that is the case. Like whatever power Emu has that they can bestow upon others is just like one of the many abilities. So immortality is just one of the things that they can do. Possibly, who knows? Or it could be the main thing, like an immortality fruit. Who knows? But at the same time, lost fruit also grants immortality. So there's that. So this could be like one fruit with like multiple abilities, like law. It still sends shivers down the spine. That's coming from a Gorosei. They've had this power for centuries, and they're describing it like that, like it's fresh, like it's a fresh feeling still. It still sends shivers down the spine. He is now beyond any wild mon. If anybody, okay, listen up. We were calling Harold the C word. If anybody's is the C word, it might be Venus. It might be because Venus was probably Venus Juro. That he was from Wano, and he must have just switched up entirely. He just switched up, went with the world government. He even has the first Kitetsu with him, whatever it's called. I'm forgetting the name of it. He has the first original Cursed Blade with him. He's the original. He's the original switch up, bro. So I don't know. If it's not Harold, it's this dude. He is now beyond any wild monster. He has been forged into a mighty weapon. So he did get the power. He had the power of immortality, and he still died the way that he did to those probably dummy reversey royal guard. That just means that Emu must have turned the power off. He must have turned the immortality off. Like the immortality machine broke, and then he died. He died. Bro name is Ethan from Wano. That's his slave name. Oh yeah, Venus Jiro is the last name. That's his slave. Who knows? I don't know. But he's very Wano centric. He's a very Wano-centric character. So is Zoro. Zoro's family is from Wano too, but his name ended up being Roronoa Zoro. Which is definitely not a Japanese-sounding name. Consider thyself an immortal knight sworn to Mu. Immortal? I can't believe it. Carve an abyss pentagram. Wow, that's how the Gods Knights were able to just easily pull up to the island. Carve an abyss pentagram in abyss. This is a new concept. I mean, we got a name confirmation to that devil summoning thing. Carve an abyss pentagram in Elbaf. If that's the case, if that's how transportation happens between people with this power, then somebody on Egghead placed a pentagram long ago on that island. Or maybe not long ago, maybe recently, fairly recent, who knows. But that means that those pentagrams on Egghead were carved way back then. And that's how the Gorosei were able to pull up to the island. That will mark the bond between us. Emu always calls himself like a god and stuff, like the power of God, but then they talk about stuff like this, where you're talking about carving pentagrams? Like, get out of here, man. Thy dearest wish shall finally be granted. No, it's not. No, it's not. He's so okay, Harold. Now I gotta call Harold stupid because you're. Now I gotta call Harold stupid. Bro, he's telling you to carve a pentagram into your island. He gives you the power of immortality. He already looks demonic, sitting on the throne that you didn't know that there was a person that could sit on that throne. And you're just smiling talking about some, oh, my wish can be granted. Oh, look at, oh, goody. Oh, goody. Like, come on, you can't be that dumb, bro. You gotta know what's up. This is what I'm talking about. He truly is alone. There's nobody to tell him, like, don't go for that. This is a bad idea. There's nobody to tell him otherwise. He is totally alone right now. He's isolated, and they're taking advantage of that. He's... Huzzah! Get him out. Get him out. He's talking about some huzzah. Like, you're not about to get murdered by your own people. Domi Reversi. Not like he could turn back at this point. That's true. But still, though, the same results would probably happen whether or not he was sticking with being a God's Knight or not. The same result would happen. He would still die. Oh, drop frames. Drop frames. F. Hold on. Hold on. Stream. Are we back? One sec. I'm gonna try to wrap this up a little quicker. The stream is kind of dying a lot. Sheesh. Okay, that's bad. Wow. Let me just turn the bitrate like all the way down. I don't need it to be too high. Hopefully this is a little bit better. I just want it to be stable. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't. The bitrate doesn't need to look good. All right. I think we should be. The drop frames were at 1080. 1080 perfectly. That was not it. We should be good now. It's in the green. But I'm gonna just give it like a few seconds because on the stream delay has to catch up. I think we should be back. Should be back. That bitrate is at 1,000 now. It was at 1,500, but I got to turn it down even more. I can't stream anymore. It's kind of terrible. I'm gonna have to record in the future for some things. But anyway, should be back. I'm gonna continue reading real quick. I'm gonna wrap it up a little faster. So he said, "Huzzah, dude! That's so insane." As soon as this last mission is completed, last mission, he's talking about the carving. Elbaf will be recognized as a member nation of the world government. Thank you, King Harold. At the castle. This is where he dies? Is this a chapter where he gets stabbed? Oh, he can talk to... Wow! No Dindin Mush he needed. He can just talk to bro right just like that. Just like that. OS Castle. Huh? Could you repeat that, Great Emu? He's so stupid, man. I just defended you, bro. I just defended you, and then you still decided to go ahead after seeing that there's somebody on the throne and they look as evil as Emu does. Mobilize the entire nation and form a grand army of warriors. Okay, so now, okay, at this point, after you heard that, you gotta stop. At this point now it's time to now it's time to say I don't want to do this no more. Now it's time to stop, bro. That's so tragic. This is a tragedy. This is the definition of a tragedy right here. We saw it coming. That's what makes it a tragedy, because we saw this shit coming, man. And now that line, this panel, his reaction, he like that sweat mark. This one little sweat droplet going down his noggin has so much depth to it. Cause it says all you need to know. He doesn't say anything right here. Just dot 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 and a sweat mark. That's all you need to know to tell that he's realizing now that he fucked up. The giant warrior fleet will stand alongside the Marines and serve as he cuts them off. Wait, no, hold on. Everything I've done was to free Elbaf from violence. Of course, if anyone still wishes to fight, I'll gladly encourage them to enlist in the Marines, but who is the king talking to in there? You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know, bro. Just keep it shut. Don't even look further into what is happening in that room. And Emu's like, no, don't back out now. You did this. You're locked into this. There's no opting out now. There's no going back now. Thou vow to atone for Elbaf's history. You want to atone, right? You want to atone, right? So you're going to listen to what I say. Even at the cost of becoming a slave. Oh, I defended this man. I just defended this man earlier. I should have read the chapter first. Oh my god. Oh my god. He fumbled so bad. He fumbled so bad, man. Oh my god. It hurts though. I feel sorry for him. He's lost everything, and now Emu has him in the palm of his hands. Look at the eyes over him. I mean to carry that burden alone. The burden of such history is too great for thee to bear alone. What do you mean? Now hold thy tongue? Luffy. I need you to. He's talking crazy, Luffy. Luffy, he's talking crazy. I need you to pack up Emu as soon as this flashback is over. I need you to do that. Land the first hit. I need to see Luffy land that first hit. Thou cannot disobey Mu. Triple exclamation in bold font. That is so crazy. Like, look how he's the manipulation is kind of top tier. I'm not going to cap to you. He said the burden of such history is too great for thee to bear alone. How would you know that? You're obviously lying. You're just trying to get in his head that way. Oh, man. Those who enter into a deep sea covenant may gain immortality and power, but it comes at the cost of total obedience. Oh. I thought it was just possession. Emu can control you remotely. I didn't know that part. I thought when you get linked to them, you just get the power of immortality, He can strip it away from you, and you get skeletonized like Saturn. And then you also get possessed by Emu. I didn't know they can just control you like that. You really do got the strings over you. This is parallel. Oh, this is such a parallel to Dressrosa right now. Doflamingo and King Riku. Oh man. Oh man, that was foreshadowing. It was foreshadowing this one moment right here. Wow. Thou will carry out Mu's orders regardless of thine own will. It isn't good. This isn't good. I'm losing control. Elbaf. They never meant for it to become a part of the fold. Curse that Emu. You should have known that sooner, bro. It's too late. That's on you. That's completely on you, bro. You know what? He lost Elbaf the moment he got into that fight with Rox. I want to say that right now. He gave up Elbaf to Emu as soon as he lost that fight to Rox, and then Rox went off to God Valley and died. That's the moment. That's the exact moment he lost Elbaf. That's the point. That was the point of no return, where he just couldn't have his mind be changed at all. Guards! Harold's in prison. Emu's like, yo, you mine now, bro. He's like, you mine now. He talking about some guards. Guards. You mine now, inmate. You my cellmate. Guards. Oh no. The plan was always to enslave the warriors of Elbaf. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. What is it, Your Majesty? And they must have. Okay. So they either got Domi reversied or they killed him in self-defense, because now he's being taken control of remotely by Emu, and Emu's probably going to get him to slash them down, to strike them down, and they got to fight back. They can't just have the king go on a rampage without any consequence, or without fighting back, without defending themselves. So that's why they killed him. But then Yrul was a part of this incident, and then Loki pulled up and saw the king being stabbed, and then Loki got blamed for it. Like, what was going on there? Why was that the case? So I need to. Because Yrul is still sus to me. So I need to see his involvement right now. I mean, the chapter's going to end soon, but maybe next chapter we get to see that. What is it, Your Majesty? Is someone chain me to this pillar? Huh? Harry, summon Elder Yrul and my sons. But sire, I believe Hyrule is still out at sea. And Loki, Lord Loki, that is still in prison after what happened. I can't resist for long. What exactly is concerning, Your Majesty? What exactly is this concerning, Your Majesty? None of that matters. Now release him. Oh man, you should have said something. At that point, I would have just said. I would have just spoke up like, "Yay, the King of the World is controlling me. He's demonic. He's trying to take over Elbaf and create mindless warriors. We need to stop this right now." I would have just said that straight up at that point. Him keeping it quiet is like, damn it. Why? Oh, he was in prison in the realm of the dead. You're free to go, Loki. Huh? He got released from prison, and then he got sent right back down after being blamed for his father's death. That is so crazy. He got in prison for getting revenge for his mother. And now he's getting in prison again because his father gets killed. What are we doing? Elbaf, we need to be better, Elbaf. Why are we blaming everything on Loki? Head to OS Castle at once. The king requires your presence. Your rules house. Something urgent? What's going on? And so we return to where this tale began. Oh, that's the end of the. That's the end of. This is the end of the flashback then. Is it? Or no, there has to be one more. Well, with a setup like this, it has to be one more, right? So we could see how Yarul got stabbed in a dome piece and still survived somehow. I wanna know if it was them getting dummy reversied or they just killed him out of self defense. I need to know that as well. Like what happened? Break next week? Understandable. Very obvious. Very expected. The day of the castle massacre, when Elbaf's most beloved king, Harold the Benevolent, lost his life. So, okay. There's some translation notes. I didn't expect that. I'm trying to think of what's... Break next week, so nothing on the 12th. I should expect on the 18th, I guess. Okay. And if we get another chapter, if there's no break after the 18th, we get a possible TCB chapter right on Christmas? What? Maybe? Who knows? Possibly. And then I doubt there's going to be one on New Year's because that Oda usually doesn't release a chapter on New Year's, I think. If I'm right. But that'll be good. That'll be pretty nice. All right, let's check these notes. Oh, the stuff that was written on the ship. Yeah. It was... The art was really rough and sketchy, so I couldn't tell if there was any Japanese text written on it. Unless it's something else. Oh, it's the Elbaf note. It's the way Elbaf is pronounced. Yeah, TCB likes to make it an F instead of a PH because Elbaf means fable backwards. So it's kind of stupid to call it fable with a PH, you know? It shouldn't be translated like that. It should be translated with an F. Appeared in the artwork in this chapter. This appearance may lend credence to the notion that the prior graphic Elbaf may have been an editorial choice, since both variations have thus far appeared in the art. Because the official uses PH, right? I just don't understand that. The authorial intent remains unclear. Yeah, Oda hasn't spoken up about it, but we can tell it's probably supposed to be fable. Pending further clarification, we are going to stick with the familiar spelling Elbaf. It sounds better. It just looks better with an F instead of PH. It feels more intuitive and is more recently and is the more recently given romanization. Okay. I was expecting like a Japanese translator note, but I didn't think I saw anything at all here. Yeah, not this chapter. Shanks is gone, bro. He left. It only took 1 year. 1 year of information gathering. He dipped. That is so hilarious, dude. Damn. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, the stream is doing fine now. Let me see some One Piece stuff real quick. It's been a day, so I'm sure people have gathered up enough thoughts to make some insightful comments about this chapter. If we can just find out real quick. This is 1168. Elbaf Snow. Elbaf Snow. Why is it called that? Yo, the first thing that I see, hold on. This is funny as hell. It's called Elbaf Snow. I'm wondering why. Like we got the idea on why it was called Eat a Sun last chapter. Elbaf Snow. It could be this. Who knows? Elbaf snow. Maybe it's referring to the realm of the dead. Because it's only snowing down there, you know? Okay, but anyway. Shank's left arm had the tattoo, the same one that got eaten by the Sea King. It was that exact same mark. But he didn't become a God's Knight, but he still had that mark on him. But the mark with that arm on it got eaten by the Sea King. The King of the Coast. I believe that's what the name was. Did the power go away? Does it not matter if the arm gets taken off? Do you still have the link to Emu? Are you still linked to him? That's so symbolic though, like, oh man. That means that he knows Emu though. The fact that he has that mark just means that he's met Emu. So he knows about the king of the world. But why is this the first thing I see when I get on Twitter? Well, like what's going on here? What is going on here? Hold on. I saw this and I just Jupiter saying it? Oh man. What are we doing? This artist always makes some ridiculous posts whenever a new chapter comes out. What was the last one that I saw? The funniest one was Shanks obliterating Kid, and he turns around, he's like, I wonder what Luffy's up to. Oh yeah, this one. I think I showed this already, didn't I? So stupid, man. So stupid. Alright, I'm not trying to look at too many like agenda piece stuff. None of the memes. Well, hold on. I don't think I showed this yet, but this had me crying when I saw it. Bogart is shaking in his boots. I've never seen him with an unsheathed sword at all. He's never drawn his blade in any chapter. What is Bogart there to do? Why? Why? That fight was tough. Oh my god. I don't think I almost said Suzaku. Sengoku was not there, I'm pretty sure. He draws peak Mihawk slander? Yo, hold on. What? I gotta find the video. I gotta find it. It was like... Nah, it's gonna take too long to scroll down to find it. It was like Mihawk paid off the guy who was the mentor for Nami during the time skip. He's like, he paid him off to split the clouds for him. I'm like, what? Like, what are we talking about, man? What are we doing? I have to reread Marineford sometime. I've been seeing a bunch of videos explaining how Mihawk actually wasn't even trying. Was barely trying during some of the feats that he did. That big ass slash that projectile slash that he struck at Whitebeard and Jozu blocked it with his diamond fruit. That wasn't even a named attack. I think everything he did wasn't a named attack, right? Like, everything he did during Marineford wasn't even named. Him slicing the iceberg was just him playing around, basically. His best feat is just cutting ice? Yeah, but... Come on now. Come on. If he's Zoro's end goal, he's gotta be stronger than that. He's gotta be stronger. I'm not trying to get into agenda piece though, but it's funny. It's funny as hell seeing those videos. If I could find it, I would show it right now. But it's I was like, he paid him off to split the sky for him. That is crazy. That is crazy. Ah, I wish I could find it, man. Hold on. Well, okay, let me. Okay, hold on. I said not to get into agenda piece, but all right, this best explains it, man. No words, just art to tell you what happened. I remember him doing it in Skypia's Nolan flashback. So it really has been a while. I just never peeped. I never took the time to notice like the last time a page like this just had nothing on it. Nothing but artwork. This was serious. Ida's death was that deep. And we're coming off of a God Valley incident, you know? We're coming off of that. And there was still dialogue during Rox's death and during the fight between him and Garp and Roger. It's not like Rox didn't tell him. It took 30 more years and the contract with the devil. Yeah, to finally understand, like, hey, man, maybe this is not the best idea to align yourself with the world government. That's their answer. To them, you giants are nothing but a military force. It took so long for him to realize that. It took so... Yeah, Chainsaw Man is amazing for that. I love when Chainsaw Man does those types of panels. It feels like you have enough space to breathe for a second, and then sometimes those panels are intense though. Like there's no breathing room. The fact that there's no dialogue makes you even more anxious. Like you need to hurry up and go to the next page to see the characters' reactions or what they say after that moment. So Chainsaw Man is good for that. His crit failed the charisma roll there. Like, I can't believe he told him to his face while he was clashing with him. They'll enslave you and turn you into... Oh my god. Whose dreams end up becoming his downfall. Alright, listen. Okay. Listen. Because this is a shot at me, because I called him stupid too. But it's still great writing, though. I still appreciate that there's a character like this that exists. That doesn't mean that I can't call him stupid, though. He still is kind of dumb. It's not bad writing. This is amazing writing, because it's making me feel this way in the first place. It's tragic. But chill on me. Chill on me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wow, that's a call out right there. That's such a call out. Man. Yeah, they all parallel. Oh man. Look at that, man. I don't think I'm gonna find the video. I wish I still had it. I should have downloaded that thing. I appreciate Mihawk Slander to an extent, but sometimes I'm like, all right, calm down. We're getting a little too agenda piece right now. Let's focus on why he still Zoro's end goal. But I was gonna download that video. That shit was funny. I don't think I can find it though. I'm gonna have to sit through. I did like some of the Keisuke Mori stuff and Ishitani. It was for the One Piece store. I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. The animations that they have just for that one store. I don't know where that's at. It's somewhere in Japan probably. What else? Yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to find it. It's out there somewhere. If I ever find it, I'll just mention it next time I'll show it in the next stream. Oh, yo, they were talking about this during the leaks. I would not read One Piece leaks. I was just waiting to the official chapter, or not official, but you know what I mean. I wait until a better scan comes out. That's just the raw stuff right there. There's not too many predictions to go off of this chapter. I mean, because I'm looking for that on Twitter, but half of, half of the posts are just agenda. The other half is just like general reactions to the chapter. I like this one. They did have almost the exact same face, seeing the king. Man, they meet the king, and then like shortly after, I mean, Cobra died almost immediately, but shortly after they all fall. The ones who waver, the ones that don't just bootlick Emu and become a full on slave. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. I'll wait until Dawn Dusk. Wait, didn't Dawn Dusk just upload something? It or Luna PNR. Luna PNR just uploaded something very recently. I don't think it's for this chapter, but it could have been for the last one. I'm gonna check because I'm gonna watch that after this. It might have been, yeah, it was a day ago. It's about Venus. Wait, it's about Venus. Wano Samurai destroyed by Emu's deep sea contract. I was just talking about this during the chapter. I'm like, if anybody, if anybody is a person who switched up incredibly horrendous, it's gotta be Ethan. It's gotta be this dude. It's gotta be him. If he was a member, if he was a Wano, if he was a part of Wano, he lived in Wano, he was born and raised, everything, and then suddenly he just switched up, joined the 20 Kingdoms. I want to see that, especially with this new, with these contracts, with the concept of these contracts being introduced to us. I really want to see that. Shamrock had a saber type sword, while Shanks had a traditional knight sword. Huh. That was in the last one. Let me see. There's also a theory going around that um, we know that Shanks and Shamrock are a parallel between Rocinante and Doflamingo. So, Corazon is Shanks and Shamrock would be Doflamingo. But people are saying that what if Shamrock is also a double agent? And it's going to flip the parallel that we think is going to happen between these two brothers, these pairs of brothers. It's going to be different from the Don Quixote family. This time, it'll actually be both brothers not siding with the world government. One just happened to leave and become a pirate. The other is still on Marijois plotting. I think that's a really good idea. But there's also things that could make it so that that's not the case. We've seen what Shamrock did to Loki. I mean, we we saw that. We all saw that with our own eyes. But maybe that's some great acting. He's just really good. Like he couldn't let it slip. Like being soft on Loki or whatever, and he roughed him up a bit. Um, there is the fact that, I mean, one of the major facts that make it so that this theory even exists is because Shamrock probably could have found out about what happened. Like, his dad killed his mom. Maybe he's mad about that. Who knows? Like, who knows? Who knows, man? Now Shanks uses a saber. That's really interesting. What does Shamrock use now? Like, what type of sword is Cerberus? Now I have to go back to those pages. Oh, you know, okay. I'm glad I'm rereading this chapter because oh my god, oh my god, bro. Okay, the God Steel mark doesn't mean that you have a link to Emu. He never had a link to Emu when he was a God Steel, so that's the mark. That's right. Okay. I'm so okay. I forgot about this. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot about this moment right here. So Shanks had this mark. He didn't have the one where it was like the demon horns were also on that mark. So that's right. Yeah, Shanks had that mark, and then that same arm got taken off. So he never had regenerative powers. Okay. I don't know why I thought that. Let me see. Got Shamrock. Shanks frees them. Let's see the saber. Is it in this panel? Yeah, like the hilt and everything. Or traditional knight sword. Yeah, that is a saber. And now Griffin is a saber type sword. I wonder what Shamrock uses. And then they said the theory also went along the lines of explaining it would explain how Shanks made it from fighting Kaido in the New World going all the way to Paradise and Marineford to stop that war. Like how he got there so fast. It could explain that. Like it was Shamrock fighting Kaido. And Shanks was already en route to Marineford. He was already going to the Summit War to stop it. I thought that was a good idea. Before that, before the twin ever got revealed, people thought like maybe Shanks had some sort of underwater quick travel that I'm not sure how popular that theory is, but they were thinking he had some sort of underwater quick travel that he could just zoom all around the world or something like that. It was kind of ridiculous, but I feel like the way that person explained it made sense. I have to go back to that YouTube video and find that theory, but it was kind of ridiculous. But this makes it. I think the twin theory is kind of better. Like it was Shamrock fighting Kaido. But that's. I gotta see Cerberus. What chapter was that? The Rocks Pirates. Okay, this is during that. God's Knights. Was it this? It would kind of mix things up too, because usually, okay, Oda does his parallels a lot, but sometimes those parallels usually play out in a similar fashion. So if this parallel of Shanks and Shamrock, the two brothers that are both celestial dragons, this time instead of them being polar opposites, they are on the same page. I would kind of like that even more. Okay, this is not. I don't think Shamrock shows up in this chapter, right? Nah. Which one is it? Okay, Shamrock takes stage. This is obviously this one. I was looking for the one that had his name in the chapter. So does he still use a saber? I might as well just reread Elbaf when I get the chance. Got a little bit going on along with like consuming other media. But when I get the chance, I will reread this. And Egghead too, honestly. Let me see. Okay, this is when he gets revealed right here. It's the same sword. Look at that. That's the same exact sword. No way. And then Shanks. I'm trying to like I'm trying to think real quick. That is Man. That's gotta be the same thing, dude. Yeah, it's the same exact sword. I wonder if Gunko is able to possess Emu. Do you think Shamrock doesn't have the same contract as her, even though he's the leader of the Knights? Yeah, like he doesn't have a link to Emu, even though he's the leader of the God's Knights. You would think he does have that, though. I think he does, honestly. Wait, what are these sashes? That mark looks like the same mark that we saw on Harold when he got knighted and linked to Emu. That's not the tattoo, though. That's not the marking on his arm. It's just the sash along the clothing. But I don't know. Also, it kind of looks like an anchor too. Like looking at Shanks's. I get we would see during like when this gets animated, but that's a long ways off, especially with the new schedule. This is like some 2027 material right here that'll be animated. We'll probably see in future chapters, but I think that would be really complicated. If Shamrock is a good person and he's a double agent, that'll be kind of tragic. I think that might be the reason why he couldn't do what Shanks did and dipped from the Holy Land. Shanks was able to dip from the Holy Land and do whatever he wanted as a pirate because he's not linked to Emu. He can't be remotely controlled by the King of the World. But Shamrock doesn't have that same position like Shanks does. So, but if he's still a good guy, he still has to hang out and keep a low profile and act like his role. That'll be really interesting. Like, he's a God's Knights and he's linked to Emu, and he can be taking control of like Harold is happening with right now. Like, that same thing can happen to him. So he's trying to not get on Emu's bad side or make any sort of hints that he's not actually aligned with the world government. That'll be so tragic. Because the moment he gives anything away, Emu's probably going to just get him out of there. Emu will get him out of there if he finds out. That'll be really bad. Oh, that'll be so bad if he's really a good guy. Yeah, but that's the same sword. Shanks gave up this sword to have Griffin. He gave up this one to have Griffin. They must have just gave him this thing when he went back up to the Holy Land. It was like, I'll hold on for it for now. But when I get back down to the surface, when I get back down to the blue sea, I'm taking up my real sword. Could be like Genichimar from Bleach. Imagine! He's walking with Emu, and then suddenly he just like unleashes. He 6 Cerberus on Emu. Could you imagine that? That'd be really funny. That scene with Gin stabbing, what does he do? He grabs the Hogyoku out of Aizen's chest. That was a crazy scene. I like that scene. All right, let me get out of here before I keep yapping. Two weeks. Don't got much to say, I guess. Like prediction wise, I'm sure we're gonna get another chapter. One more flashback chapter, because it's going back full circle now to the point where he dies, and then after that, I just need to see my 3 goats fighting Gunko possessed Emu. I just need to see that now, but okay. Goodbye.